Chapter 1, Lesson 3, Ratio Tables. A ratio table is when you organize numbers. This table is called a ratio table because the columns are filled with pairs of numbers that have the same ratio. So for every 1 can of soda, you have 3 cans of juice. For every 2 cans of soda, you have 6 cans of juice. And for every 3 cans of soda, you have 9 cans of juice. Sometimes you'll have to multiply, sometimes you'll have to divide depending on what they're asking. Example 1, to make yellow icing, you mix 6 drops of yellow food coloring with 1 cup of icing, which is shown here. How much yellow food coloring should be you mix with 5 cups of white icing? So I'm going from 1 cup to 5 cup, and I do that by multiplying it by 5. So if I did that to the cups, I need to do that to the drops of yellow icing or food dye to get 30 drops. 2. In a recent year, Joey Chestnut won a hot dog eating contest by eating nearly 66 dogs in 12 minutes. If he ate a constant rate, determine about how many hot dogs he ate every 2 minutes. So this one, we're starting at 12 minutes. And we're going down to 2 minutes. So we're going to be dividing. So the first thing we want to do is divide by 2. And 66 divided by 2 is 33. 12 divided by 2 is 6. Now we can divide further. What number goes into both? And that would be 3. So 33 divided by 3 is 11. And 6 divided by 3 is 2. So he ate 11 hot dogs every 2 minutes. This is where it might get confusing. Scaling. Multiplying or dividing 2 related quantities by the same number is called scaling. Sometimes you need to scale back and then scale forward to find an equivalent ratio. So here we have a can of corn. Cans of corn on sale for $10 at 10 for $4. Find the cost of 15 cans. So we're going from 10 to 15, but before we do that, we need to find out how much it's going to cost for a small amount of cans. So if you look down here, first we divided by 2. So 10 divided by 2 is 5, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. So for 5 cans of corn, it costs $2. I can't reduce that anymore. So now I need to change my 5 into a 15 because that's what it's asking me. Find the cost of 15 cans. So in order to do that, I need to go 5 times 3 is 15. So I need to do the same to the bottom. 2 times 3 is 6. So 5 times 3 is 15. 2 times 3 is 6. So 15 cans of corn would cost $6. Students need to show their work and have these boxes complete. If they just have the answer, they'll only get partial credit. A lot of them are looking in back of the book for the answers and not showing me their work. Number 1, to make 5 apple pies, you need about 2 pounds of apples. About how many pounds of apples do you need to make 20 pies? And again, each of these problems tells you what example you can go look at to see how they did it. So we're starting from 5 and 2. I'm going to times this by 2. So 5 times 2 is 10. And 2 times 2 is 4. Now I'm going to change my 10 to 20 by multiplying it by 2 again to get 20. And 4 times 2 is 8. So I would need 8 pounds. Number 2, 4 balls of wool to make 8 knitted caps. How many balls of wool will Malcolm need if he wants to make 6 caps? So this is an example. If you look at example 3 and 4, this is an example of scaling. So I need to go 4. I need to reduce it back first. So 4 divided by 4 is 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2. So I can make 2 caps with 1 ball of wool. So now I need to change my 2 into a 6. So 2 times 3 is 6. and 1 times 3 is 3. So my answer would be 3 balls of wool. So that's how we're going to be doing that. We did a couple in class today, and I'll get them started with number 5A. 24 people were served. They used 4 liters of soda, 2 pints of sherbet, and 6 cups of ice. And they want to know how much of each ingredient would you need to make an identical recipe that serves 12 people. And 36 people. So you're going to have to make a ratio table and divide, and then make one where you scale back, divide, and then multiply. Again, some of the answers are in back of the book, but they really need to show me their answers before turning them in. Thank you. I'll go ahead and finish this one. So the first one's asking, how much of each ingredient would you need to make an identical recipe that serves 12 people? So we're just going to cut this one in half. So I'm going to divide this by 2 to get my 12 people. And this is going to be 2 liters of soda. So we have 2 liters of soda. We're going to have 2 pints of sherbet. 1 pint of sherbet. And 3 cups of ice. Now it asks you how many for 36 people. Well, take your 12 people and times that by 3 to get your 36, times the liters of soda by 3, so you're going to have 6 liters of soda, 3 pints of sherbet, and 9 cups of ice. And part C, that will be extra credit. It says how much of each ingredient would you need to make an identical recipe that serves 18 people. So I'll give you a hint. Use these numbers to help you, particularly 36. What do you have to do 36 to make it 18 people? Hopefully that helps.